Okay, we're ready to begin with the Kansas Jayhawks, Coach Bill Self, and he brought two student athletes with us tonight, Devontae Graham and Malik Newman. Coach, we'll call on you first for your thoughts.
Well, I thought that it was unfortunate for K-State, and certainly with Barry to go down and D not being able to play. So we wouldn't want that at any time. But with that being said, I thought K-State played hard. I thought they played smarter than us. Certainly their big kid, Newman, was the best player in the game without question. And we were fortunate to make enough plays to actually get the W, and we'll look forward to getting a good night's rest and playing tomorrow.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much. Let's go to questions for Devontae and Malik. We'll come back to Coach at the end. Guys will be on your right, inside aisles. First question.
Hey, Devontae, this is Shea Wildebohr, Slant.com. Listen, you guys opened the Big 12 championship with the loss of Doak, and now here you guys are, 2 wins in and headed to the championship. What's been the key for you guys during this 2-game stretch?
Just playing confident. We know we don't got the inside presence, so we've been talking about driving the ball, trying to get to the lane, trying to play faster, and just trying to execute.
Okay, we'll go here on the left, front row.
Sean Roney, Dos Mundos newspaper here in Kansas City for Devontae and Malik. Just going back to what you said about playing with confidence, in what ways did you see evidence of that in the second half when K-State made it a 2-point game, 3-point game, and you were able to pull away again?
We know that basketball is a game of runs. Those guys, they did a great job of going on their run, but we was able to withstand the storm, and we just had confidence in one another that we was going to get stops, get rebounds, and make plays for each other.
Yeah, like he said, it's a game of runs, and at this time of year, we done played each other 3 times. They know our plays, we know their plays. So every time we called out a play, they knew what was coming. So it's all just about players going out and making plays. So when they made their run, we just had to step up and make shots.
Other questions? Okay, guys will go on your right.
Mac McClure, Manhattan Mercury. This is for either of you. When you knew Dean Wade was not going to play, and then Barry caught a hand in the eye or something, did you feel like that? Did you guys think you maybe relaxed a little bit at that point? Maybe K-State then was able to get back in the run in the second half.
I think so, maybe a little bit. I feel like we came out, we was good, and then when Barry went down, I think we kind of just took our foot off the gas a little bit, knowing that their best 2 players had got hurt, unfortunately, and that's just something we can't do. We need to be better than that and just play hard no matter who's in the game.
It's the same thing that he said. We can't relax no matter who on the court, and I think that's something that we did. Devontae, he was right.
Okay, we'll stay on the right, toward the back.
Yeah, this is for Devontae. This time of year, not only tomorrow but next week as well. What can you take from some of the other Kansas point guards, whether it's Frank playing with him, last year, or some of the other guys you've talked to about the key, to taking your team, deep into the tournament?
Just staying aggressive, leading, talking, doing all those little things. Making sure guys' heads are right and focused. Not thinking about nothing else but playing basketball and winning.
Other questions? Okay, again, here on the right.
Yeah, Mac McClure, Manhattan Mercury again. Just talk about your 3-point shooting there. You had 7 threes in the first half, 11 for the game. Obviously, you're getting some spacing, and Malik, you were getting a lot of open looks throughout the whole game. Spacing, how important was that?
It's very important. We have four perimeter guys that can go get a shot or they can make a shot from someone else. So, I mean, it's very important that we get those guys the opportunity to drive and things like that. And I think this will really open up the three-point land for us just by us driving and being aggressive.
Just like he said, you know, we always talk about spacing and driving it and driving the pass mainly because once you drive, you know, the defense got to react and either help or he gonna get a wide open layup. So, you know, we spot up and just be ready to shoot.
Okay, is that it for our student athletes? No other questions? Okay, guys, we'll let you go back to the locker room with your SID staff and Chris Tyson. For more one-on-ones, congratulations on your victory, and we will see you tomorrow night in the championship game. Questions for Coach Self now? Way in the back on the right.
Bill, it seemed like they really tried to go at the rim a lot offensively, pretty much the whole game. Do you assume that people are going to challenge you guys the rest of the until Bill gets back?
Well, I think they'll probably challenge us even when he gets back. But certainly there was absolutely no resistance at all with Mitch and with Silvio Garden, Mayween. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly because he was by far the best player in the game, and he whipped us. We usually don't trap the post. We haven't had to with Doak. We'll trap anybody else on the post with the 5-man, but we usually haven't trapped with the 5-man, and so that would be something that we really hadn't practiced much. We did it to start the second half just to try to get him thinking, and we actually had a decent possession at one time. But yeah, really disappointed in how the perimeter players allowed the easy entry passes, but more so with our big guys. Just got caught dead behind and absolutely gave no resistance, you know, to him making basically uncontested layups.
Okay, we'll go back in the back again of the room toward the middle on the right.
Kirk Bowles from the Austin American. Bill, what quality do you like best about your team, and what keeps you up nights most?
Well, I can tell you right now, if I sleep 2 hours tonight, it'll be more than what I probably think I should after how we played tonight. But I do like the fact that the guys are somewhat resilient. Usually when bad things happen, they can find some way to have some great possessions or whatever. Just like last night, we're down 10 Okie State. Tonight they cut it to 2 or 3. They cut it to 2, and we made some plays after that. So there's some good things. There's a lot of things to like, but certainly when you're that small, and you know K-State was that small tonight too. But when you're that small and you have to play scrappier and smarter and tougher, it can be frustrating sometimes because we play to our skill set rather than actually getting after people. And I think that's and you know, you could say with Spee and Malik that's okay, or maybe Devontae, but LeGerald, you know, and Marcus, they have to be guys that are tenacious, and we're just not right now. We need to get better at that. That's what keeps me up.
Okay, here in the middle on the right, again, please remember to state name and affiliation.
Yeah, Coach Matt Hall, K-State Online. When this K-State team's at full strength with Dean and Barry, where do they rank amongst the teams you think K-State's had with Coach Weber here?
I would say right at the best. I can't remember if they were his teams or Frank's teams, but you know when they had, was Jacob ever with Bruce? He wasn't. But they've had some really nice teams that were really solid, and all his teams are. But you know when we shared the league with them, I can't remember all the personnel, but that was a team that didn't beat themselves at all. And I think this team has those same qualities. I think Dean Wade's terrific. I think he's a pro. And Barry Brown has had, you know, if he didn't make first team, he had to be 6th or 7th in the voting to make first team. So they've got 2 players on their team as good as any team has 2 players in our league. So I like their team, and I think they'll give anybody problems in the NCAA tournament. They're just healthy, and it's unfortunate they're not. It's unfortunate that we're not. But hopefully we both can have some miraculous recoveries in the next 4 or 5 days.
So on the last row, the TV riser. You, Wendell.
Wendell Barnhouse of the Athletic. what Devontae said at this point in time, obviously you're going to play somebody for the third time again tomorrow. The fact that they know your plays and you guys know their plays, in a game like that, is what he said, that it's just kind of coming down to players making plays?
I think it always is. I think it's the second time you play a team in conference play, I think it's more players and plays. In a conference tournament like this, when you get 30 minutes to prepare, I think sometimes your stuff can work, especially if you haven't played them for a while. See, we haven't played K-State since January 29th, so us going over their stuff and them going over our stuff, and you can't do that to players in 30 minutes or an hour max at a walkthrough where they know it well, because you practiced during the season. If you play Tuesday, play Saturday, that's at least Thursday and Friday you're guarding their actions and stuff like that. So I do think in the postseason sometimes it can be a little bit of an advantage, but Devontae, if he's the one who answered it, is right. It's time for players to make plays. When you get in the NCAA tournament, maybe your plays work better, but in conference play this late, it's players making plays more than plays.
Closing questions for Coach Self. Let's go on the TV riser in the back.
Coach Neil Jones from KCTV5. One of the guys on who's doing commentary on another tournament said whoever comes out of the late game is going to care about this a lot more than Kansas because they've won their championship. They got bigger fish to fry. That's almost dismissive. Do you think your kids are going to go through? It's not that big a deal tomorrow.
No. If you play, you might as well win. I mean, that's how everybody looks at it. I get a kick out of people saying that they'll go through the motions or whatever. Now, I do think teams with edges have advantages over teams that don't have an edge, so we have to create that edge going into tomorrow. But just because you don't create that edge doesn't mean you care less. It's because you just didn't get yourself as mentally ready to play. But I'm excited to see how our guys react to playing tomorrow, because we won 2 games with Doak, and I think it would mean an awful lot to our players to be able to win 3 without Doak. But we got to play a lot better than we did tonight, and that's no disrespect to K-State, but they were so short-handed. We didn't take advantage of the opportunity like we should have.
Inside aisle.
Tim Fitzgerald, GoPowerCat.com. Coach, you had it at 13 at halftime, and then all of a sudden K-State's got it down to 2 or 4 in that second half. What's going through your mind at that point, and what are you telling your guys?
I thought they played better than us, but I also thought a lot of it was self-inflicted because I didn't think our energy level was very good. Obviously, we couldn't guard the big kid, and offensively, we didn't play very smart. So, when they've got it down to 2 or 4, and team fouls are 7-1, I mean, that's a coin flip game. But what we did do, we got some stops. A big play was the shot clock violation. I mean, it may not seem like a big play, but that was a big play, and they got it, whatever it got to. It went from like 4 to 11 like that, and then we were able to keep them at arms at a distance. So that's what I was kind of talking about. Even though we didn't play well, we played well in the most important possessions to be able to keep them at distance.
Last question for Coach. On Coach's right.
Jake Trotter with ESPN. Bill, you were talking about players making plays this time of year. How does Devontae compare to some of the other lead guards you've had in the past? How is he different? How is he the same? And what kind of chance does he give you to make a deep run in March?
I think Devontae gives us a good chance, but I also think he needs Malik and LeGerald and Speed to help him. We're not. Devontae's not like Frank that just puts his head down and goes and drives it. Although he's getting better at that, that's not. Devontae is a pick your poison kind of guy. If they back off, he'll shoot it. If they crowd him, he'll try to drive it. But he's not a guy that you just say we can just give the ball to him and go flat, get out of his way, and he's going to go score. So he's a little bit different in that regard. He's one of the best leaders, if not the best leader that we've ever had. But good guards give you a chance to win this time of year. But the whole thing is, and I love him. I think he's an unbelievable player. He's had a terrific year. But he's got to play a lot better and smarter than what he has in the first 2 games. And hopefully we'll see the real Devontae tomorrow night.
Okay, Coach, thank you.